Hello! Oh my goodness! Welcome to the first episode in this amazing cooking channel that you are witnessing before you right now. With me in this moment, we are going to celebrate the birthday! What? Oh, wrong way. I just realized I'm gonna have to clean all that up. Oh yeah, totally. Okay, well, I wanted, as our first episode, this is Flex or Nah, the series Flex or Nah. On this cooking channel, we're going to have multiple series. Is series even the right word? I don't know, but we're gonna have multiple of whatever things on this channel, and one of the series that we are going to have is Flex or Nah. Anywho, with Flex or Nah, basically I'm going to be creating different foods. First of all, I'm going to go on the internet, search for foods that are interesting looking, that I've never done before, and make them for the first time ever, and see if it's a fail or not, you know? See if it's a fail or not. And we're gonna go through this together. I did test out the recipe that I am making for you today, for us both today, last week, because I was actually supposed to film last week, but anyways, couldn't do that. So we're filming instead today. And what I'm going to be making for you is something called Geode cookies. Geode cookies. Ooh. And I'll insert a picture here for you to see what I'm talking about. Looks cute. I can tell you right now what I'm about to make is going to look absolutely nothing like that. Honey pie, don't get your hopes up. I am not a professional. I never said I was. I was scrolling through Instagram. I was like, oh, these look so cool. I think I can do that. And when I test baked them last week, you will see what I'm talking about. You will see. So let's get into the ingredients that you're gonna need. You're gonna need in the ingredient list. You're gonna need some milk. I'm not vegan or anything. I do try to eat plant-based, even though I just ate some Indian beef curry last night. And some eggs this morning. But I just prefer soy milk over cow's milk. Just hear me out. I just find cow's milk to be bland, and whatever flavor that is there is rather astonishing. If you get what I'm saying, leave a comment with a woohoo, I get you, girlfriend. But if you don't understand, don't hate me. This ain't the space for that. So, I just prefer the flavor of some vanilla flavored sweetened. It has to be sweetened. If it ain't vanilla, it at least has to be sweetened. At least. Need is salt. I have some Himalayan pink salt here, but it doesn't need to be, ignore what it says on there. What it says on there is not what's actually in here, but you don't need specifically Himalayan pink salt. That's just what we have. You also are going to need some unsalted butter. Yes, you can use salted butter. I think when I test baked this last week, I think I used salted butter, but if you are going to use salted butter, you want to lessen the amount of salt that you're gonna put into the actual sugar cookie dough, because that's what we're doing. We're making sugar cookies for the Geode. The base is sugar cookies, just letting you know. I know I didn't mention it before. I have some baking powder I just got from Bulky Barn. some white sugar, granulated sugar. You can use brown sugar. I actually prefer brown sugar over white sugar because of that molasses. You know, it just adds extra moisture, and it I don't know, it just tastes better to me. I don't know. Maybe because it's brown and I'm brown, I'm like, I prefer it. You know, I got to stand up for my people, you know? So, but since this is a basic sugar cookie recipe, I said, let's just keep it, you know, traditional and use white sugar. Next thing you're gonna need is some vanilla extract. Yes. And last but not, actually this is not last. And some flour. I just have a tub of flour here. An egg. 1 egg. The amount of cookies I'm gonna be making is like about a dozen, maybe a little under a dozen. That's how much came out when I test baked it last week. So we're gonna be making about 12 cookies or less with this amount of ingredients. Well, I haven't even told you the measurements yet. Well, I'm about to tell you the measurements. Okay, let's go. Also have my oven set. My oven takes 10,000 years to preheat, so I have had it preheating all this time. You want it at 180 degrees Celsius. You need 84 grams of butter. Then 104 grams of sugar and some salt. Okay, I'm just gonna add. Last time I added too much salt, so we're gonna make sure to back up this time. Milk, 20 grams of milk. Very little, very little, very little. 3 grams of vanilla extract. I can't freaking speak. Anyway. Enter 1 egg. I always say it's safer to crack your egg in a separate bowl, but do I actually ever do that? No, I don't. This is what your butter, sugar, salt paste is gonna look like. You see that? That soft goodness. That's what it's gonna look like a paste. Let's measure out some flour and baking powder. 313 grams of flour and 6 grams of baking powder. You know when your egg mixture, your egg butter sugar mixture looks like weird half scrambled, half raw eggs? Don't worry, that's just what it looks like. That's perfectly okay. Okay? And you're gonna add the dry mixture in, the flour and baking powder. One half at a time. You don't want to add it all in at the same time. You also don't want to over mix your shizzle nizzle, or else that'll make for some tough cookies. Crumbly tough cookies. Oh my freaking gosh, I just shut it off and turned it back to flip on again. What the flipping grief. Jesus, take the wheel. Take it from me now. Just help it come together a little bit. You don't need too much flour because it's not super sticky, or unless if yours is super sticky, then you added too much liquid. But this is perfect little bowl. Let's start cutting out some boys. Boys and girls, boys and girls, Let's start cutting out some boys and girls. Boys and girls. Boys and girls. Let's start cutting out some boys and girls. There you go. Got some funky shapes. Yeah. Living. Yeah, I made these way too thin. Anyways, we're gonna pretend like I didn't. Put them in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. I have a tip. Do not let water get on your rolling pin. It'll mess up the wood and it'll just get gunky and gross. Wipe it off with a dry cloth, or I just use my hands. And if there's any dough stuck, scrape it off. Throw it right back in your drawer or wherever you keep your rolling pin. Okay, now we need to make some icing. And this is completely up to you. Whatever icing you desire, color you desire, all you gotta do is mix together some icing sugar, some water, and if you want a little flavor to make it taste less like disgusting icing sugar, icing sugar does not taste good, okay? It does not. Then you can add some vanilla. I'm gonna forgo the vanilla. I actually already have some leftover icing from last week. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's safe to just leave the icing out because it's just sugar and water. So if you notice in the picture that I showed you with the Geode cookie from Instagram, there was some like crunchy bits, you know, those rock crystals that are in geodes. We're going to make those with, guess what? Mint candies. Yes, these are peppermint hard candy. And what we're gonna do is I used an actual mallet, you know, like a meat thing. And I just went bam, bam, bam. Like I took them out of the wrapper, obviously, put them into another bag and bam, bam, bam. So that's what we're gonna do to make those little rock crystals. Okay, so we're back. The cookies are cooked. These are what my cookies are looking like. Can you see them? A little golden brown on the edges, slightly golden brown on the edges on the bottom too. But you know, sugar cookie is pretty white, so don't cook it until it's brown. These are not gingerbread cookies, please. What we're gonna do, I have a little station set up here. You can't really see it fully on screen. I'm gonna take my cookie, my round cookie. I'm gonna take some fondant. I have some white fondant here. And what I did is I rolled it into like a snake shape, and then I put it around the edges of my cookie to see if it fit, because you want a circle. And then what you're gonna do is glue down the fondant onto the cookie with a little bit of icing. These are my colored icings right here. Just gonna use some icing. If you want to make separate icing paste just for this little job right here, you can. I'm just not going to. So take some icing, bam. Then you put this on, bam. I don't even like that I'm giving you instructions, because honestly, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I did not look up a video of how to make geode cookies or anything. I am just guessing. I am just like you. I'm on this journey with you as much as I am, you know? And what you're gonna do is it's gonna look like that. And you're going to mold it into, because you know the geode cookie had some humps and lumps around the edges. It was very flat though. The test bake, I didn't make it flat enough. Oh, I should have made this thinner. Well, it's gonna look like crap, but we're trying things. We're trying things. Just want to make some lumps around the edges, you know? Make it look more like a geode. I don't know if you can see those edges that I made. You know, just clumping it together, crimping it as if it's like a freaking pie crust, you know, basically. And then I'm gonna throw this into the fridge and let it harden. In the meantime, next thing you're gonna do is get I got a little brown food coloring. Oh my Lord Jesus. A little brown food coloring and just the tiniest bit of water in a bowl. I don't know if you can see that. And you just make a little watercolor, I guess you could say, you know? And what you're gonna do is once your cookies, the fondant has dried enough on the edges, you are going to paint your edges. Paint them edges, sis. Because a geode isn't freaking white around the edges. It's a little colored, you know. I'm just using a paintbrush here. The heck, if you want to use your fingers, my dear, use your fingers. And I'm just gonna put it back in the fridge, let it chill, do the next one. It's gonna look like that. Can you see that? Can you see that? Oh yeah. Now you're gonna take out your cookie, yes, and you're gonna take your icing, and we're gonna start making a design. Don't laugh at me when I do this, okay? Because it's not gonna look pretty, but you know, just yeah. So I'm putting it around the edges. And then quickly. Then I'm gonna put in the next color. You don't want to let it dry. You want to immediately put the next color, all that while it's still wet, so that it can blend together nicely like in the picture. You know, saw how it blended well together? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. And then you're gonna take your your mint candies, and you're going to place them. I place mine in the center, but you can place yours wherever you feel is best, you know. Okay, back in the fridge it goes to harden. This is ridiculous. Okay, so I'm gonna have to keep recording the rest of the video on my phone. That's okay, because we are at the end, and these are what the cookies look like. I want you to count how many times I've said this. I really want you to get this in your head. I'm not a professional. With that in mind, for the 16th time, here are the cookies. Okay. Dun, da, da. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Was this a flex or not? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching the first of many episodes of Flex or Not on this wonderful minority-fueled channel, made by minorities, for minorities, starring minorities. Hello, yes sir. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe, comment, like, and share. Bye bye.